Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It is Binky here today with another Born to Stand Out. So we are digging into, hi, baby Mina's here, but you can't see her. She's staring at me. So there we go. We will pick out one. And this is DGAF. I don't even know if this one's still available because a few of these are no longer made. But we're still going to do them anyway because you know what? Sometimes companies bring things back. Some people sometimes are interested in things that aren't available anymore, and no judgment. So this will cost you at this time $210 for 50 milliliters. Now I don't know. It says that it is still available, but again, sometimes that's not really the case. I won't say what DGAF stands for. You probably already know, and if you don't look it up at work. So there you go. So this is conceptually irreverent chord in contrast with its wearable classic, a blend of citrus, sandalwood, amber, and musk. Scent of liberty and madness, untamed, unleashed, and uncensored. Okay, sounds like me. So notes: Calabrian bergamot, citrus, sage, violet, sandalwood, incense, pepper, Bulgarian rose, amber, black balm, tonka bean, cashmeran, and musk. Actually, this sounds quite lovely. This is something that kind of fits my own personal profile, but we'll see if it actually does. So there you go. Smells like peppery, sweet, and floral thus far. So I went to get this and I don't know where it went. I think my cat's sleeping on it. So it's just like, I'll let her have it. She's so little. Anyway, here we go. Whoops, that didn't really spray there. And then we will do this here. 2 and 2. So immediately, it's almost like a soapy scent. I'm getting like, before we pick apart the notes, sometimes it's just like something envelops you that just smells a very specific way. And this smells like soap. Soap with pepper in it. Yeah, very interesting actually. Ooh, that pepper's strong. So I don't mind pepper, but sometimes pepper does give me a headache. When I have it so close, like I have it here and here, but because it's bouncing around, the molecules are all in here, it's going straight to my nose. And that pepper is going straight into my sinuses. This happened with one other fragrance. Oh, I know it was T-Rex and one other that I recently tried. It just goes straight up there and it kind of can give me a headache if I'm not careful. I don't know why. I love spicy food, love peppery food, but sometimes the sinuses just don't want what you're giving them. So there you go. I don't know what that means. I mean, I'm usually not giving them much. I'm just here. So there you go. But, ooh, yeah, I'm definitely getting that peppery aspect. Soapy. It's just very soapy. Huh. Definitely getting the bergamot. I mean, the bergamot is kind of nice because you have the pepper. It's very soapy smelling, but then you have the bergamot coming above it to kind of brighten it, and then the pepper kind of through it. So it's kind of cool. But this is a very clean, soapy scent so far. Bergamot, pepper. A little bit of violet, I think. I think they said violet, and I am getting a little bit of a floral aspect. Violet, yeah. It also has rose. The rose is not coming through. The rose is not coming through yet, but I'm definitely getting a little bit of that violet. I do see what they're saying with citrus, but that's so similar to bergamot in a lot of ways. They both brighten. So definitely getting that. This is what very interesting. It's not morphing too much. It's just so put together. It's very soapy, which I didn't expect with these notes. But let's try it on the clothing. On the clothing, it's very much more bergamot, like forward. Citrus and bergamot with pepper. Definitely getting that pepper, but not here there's more of that violet coming through. On my chemistry, that violet is coming through, that floral soapy aspect, while on the clothing it's more of that bergamot and citrus and with pepper. But let's try it again. Yeah, bergamot, citrus, and pepper with a little hint of sage. It's underneath, you get that sage. Even on my chemistry, it's starting to come through just a little bit, just a tad bit. So it's not like a sage bomb or anything. That's interesting. Let's see. I think my nose is becoming a bit overwhelmed with this, to be honest with you. I definitely smell it in this bubble, but for some reason, okay, I'm getting it. I think because it's so strong and it's in here, it's hard to smell this. There, okay. There you go. I had to move away. So it's basically, again, the bergamot, the citrus, soapiness, but it's almost like a lavender scent, but that's the violet. And yes, violet and lavender are two different things, but it almost has like a lavender quality to it, which is really interesting. Huh. So again, very fresh, very clean, very soapy, but yet peppery and citrusy at the same time with that bergamot and citrus. Very interesting. I actually don't mind it. I think it's not a scent that profile I ever would have really thought about or went, gee, I need this. But yet there's something really nice about it. Nice, clean, but yet spicy. So it's that cleanliness. It's a very clean scent. But on the other hand, there's a little bit of surprise with that pepper. And it's much stronger than a lot of clean scents, if that makes sense. I mean, well, a lot of clean scents can be strong, but a lot of the time they can also be very delicate. This is not delicate. I find that most of the scents with Born to Stand Out don't tend to fall in the delicate realm. So yeah, this one's very interesting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back in an hour to see where this one is gone, because I have a feeling this one's going to morph a little bit more than expected, and I'm curious to see where it goes, because I'm not hating where it's at. I'm hoping I like where it goes. So I will check back in an hour. Okay, so it has been about an hour and a half, actually. I'm not going to lie to you. I won't do it. It got really busy. So, still smelling this one. You know, it's interesting because in a way it kind of reminds me of lavender, though there isn't lavender in this at all. But it kind of has that feeling towards it a little bit. When I move around, it's like a soapy lavender. That's what I'm getting. But I'm sure when I smell it up close, the notes are very different. But let's see here. This is so interesting. This one is kind of difficult to call. So there's a little bit of bergamot left. A little bit, but it's not as strong as it was. The other notes have come through. I get that pepper, but it's not burning my nose anymore. And there's this incense scent to it. It's like a peppery incense with a little bit of iris, or I'm sorry, not iris, like violet. Maybe a hint of rose. I'm not getting the rose, and rose tends to be one that sticks out, but I'm not getting a lot of that. But it's that bergamot. It's that pepper to it. It's a little bit of that violet. Incense. It's very interesting, but yet it still has that soapy feel to it. And musk. I'm getting musk, but I always get musk on my skin. I don't think this has musk in it. Maybe it does, but like I always smell like, oh, nope, there it is. Okay, I was like, I'm smelling the musk come through. I mean, it's me. If you know my channel, you know musk loves me, and I like it in doses. Here we go. Let's try it on the shirt. Interesting. It's more of the same, but interestingly enough, the musk is way stronger on the shirt than on my chemistry, which is weird, and it's more peppery. Same kind of build as the other ones on my skin, but more peppery and musky. I don't like that as much. I like it better on my chemistry, but let's try it here. See, these things, I just want to toss it because everything smells good on these, but it just does not translate. Of course, on chemistry, I mean, your own body chemistry is going to play big into this. That's why I always say, get a sample, try it, because my chemistry is way different than yours. And even your preferences or the way your nose picks up things is going to be different. You know, I can give you a general idea from my existence. So always get a sample, but this is so deceptive. I just want to throw these away because everything smells so differently on this. This is lovely and it smells nothing like this on my clothing or on my skin. It's this beautiful peppery sandalwood tonka rose. So rose tonka sandalwood with pepper. Oh, this is so good. So good. Doesn't smell like that here. And let me check again on that shirt. Not even close. This is what I want. Yep, these paper strips are so frustrating. They really are, just because I know what I want and I want that. And it's just frustrating because those, I know part of me just wants to remove those from this experiment because they just make me go grr. I know. It's like this is the fantasy world you want to live in, and here's the reality: musk and just peppery musk. You know, but I really like the initial spray of it, but it's morphing a little bit to where I'm kind of like, you know. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna come back in 3.5 hours to make it a full 5. And we'll see where it goes, because this one keeps moving, so it may surprise me, and hopefully it lands into this. I would love it if it did, but I'm doubtful. So I'll see you back in 3.5 hours. Okay, so we made it. Now this one's still really nice. It's a little bit closer. Before it was out to here. It's a little bit more intimate now. It's interesting, because I'm finding with Born to Stand Out, you either have really big powerhouses or ones that just tend to, you know, so it just depends. Half of them have been like, whoa, and then other ones have been like, okay, but I don't mind that because it's more of like an intimate personal scent after about 4 hours, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to do more, you can always spray more, but just know the initial spray is quite a bit. Sometimes I think more than other brands. They really have a punch, but this one does level out a little bit. I still get a little bit of that that soapiness to it, that clean kind of feel to it, which is kind of interesting considering the notes a little bit. And it's like I keep looking at it going, what is going on with this? just a little bit. The bergamot I got, citrus, sage, violet. I get the sandalwood, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's just so soapy in a lot of ways. Maybe that's just my chemistry, but let's try it on the wrist. Interesting. I mostly get musk. I mean, that's no surprise on my chemistry. I mostly get a soapiness and a musk. And I think that's what I'm not caring for, but my body loves those musks. And so it's just like glomming onto it going, yes, I know you. It's interesting because it almost smells like a musky crayon on my chemistry. And that sounds so bad. Nobody wants to smell like a musky crayon. I know I don't. It's not playing well with my chemistry. It did initially, but it didn't last. And a peppery musky crayon. And I'm sure most people have smelled a crayon, but I don't want to smell like a peppery musky crayon. I just don't. I loved drawing as a kid, but I loved coloring books, but I don't like this smell. So let's try it on the clothing. You know what's interesting is that it smells like a bergamot peppery crayon on my shirt, but it doesn't have that musk. That's my chemistry. I know this isn't ending so well for me. I don't know. Here's beautiful. You have rose. Oh, rose iris. Rose iris and tonka. With like a little hint of citrus. Gosh, that smells so good. This is what I want. Just rose, violet, citrus, and a little bit of pepper and bergamot. This is so beautiful, but chemistry be damned. But It's just, let me try to get on the shirt. No, I do get the violet. Did I say iris? I meant violet. I do get the violet a little bit. It's like a little bit of a crayon with bergamot and pepper and a slight bit of violet, but I just get a crayon note. I don't know why. It's very strange. I'm not loving this one. It had a lot of potential and it just went to a place that I just did not love in the end. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I want to get it, but I don't get it. And so I'm a little bit frustrated by this one. It started out quite nice, and then it just slowly went like this for me. Again, that's my chemistry. Your chemistry may play better. It's beautiful on here. But again, these never really represent, I think maybe 10% of the time it represents what it smells like on my clothing or my chemistry. I think this is gorgeous, but I just don't feel like this is completely right for this. I just don't. That's why I added it this year, and I'm like, it kind of makes me a little bit upset because I want that. Yeah, so if I were going to score this one or put it in a category, I would say that this one would be good year-round, I think. I think this is just one of those year-round clean scents you can wear all the time. The initial spray with the peppery may be a bit much for summer for some people, but it doesn't last that long, so then it would go to that nice, clean, fresh scent. But I do see this as being a year-round type thing. As far as being masculine or feminine, which we don't care, we always wear what we want, but if you're looking for my opinion on that, I will tell you, I would say it's really kind of in between. I really do. This one's kind of everything. Like, it's for everyone. Yes, it's for everyone. So, yeah, it's for everyone. I would put it that. Now, if I had to give this a score, this one's tough because I didn't mind where it started, but it slowly went on the decline like this, just whoo. I will give this one a 4 out of 10, and the reason is because it started out really nice, fresh, clean, beautiful. But then from there, it just went to a place that it didn't go to my happy place. I want to go to my happy place with scents, but it just became so musk forward, and the crayon smell just didn't work for me. I don't understand what was happening. I think that's probably the tonka and the sandalwood mixed with something else causing that, because I know tonka and sandalwood sometimes mixed with other elements can come off as Play-Doh-esque. That doesn't usually happen on my chemistry, like hypnotic poison, I love. It can do that for a lot of people. They could pick it up as Play-Doh. For me, this just came across as more crayon. I don't get that with hypnotic poison. Every once in a while, I'll kind of get sniff and say, oh, I can see how people feel that way, but it doesn't necessarily, I don't register that way. I registered this as a crayon a little bit. The initial hour, even hour and a half I could deal with. It's just after that, it just went to a place I never want it to go. So there you go. So now my favorite of the group, but you know what? It may work better on you depending on your chemistry. If it smells anything like this paper on you, I'm jealous because that is beautiful, but it just doesn't really work on my chemistry. So there you go. That is my review for DGAF, I think it was. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's on a roll. Yeah, the Sasquatch, Mr. Yeti is up there banging around. Anyways, I apologize if you're hearing that 24/7. Yeah. So, with that, have a fabulous day, my friends. But if you're staying for the K-drama suggestion, I have a good one coming up. Okay, so this is one that I have seen so many times. I watch it every 2 or 3 years. It's actually an older drama. I mean, it's older. So it's kind of funny when you watch the opening now, they talk about in these busy times and modern times, and then you see cell phones that are really outdated. They're really outdated. It's like watching something in the 80s and they have those cell phones like this to their head. Yeah, so it's kind of like that. It is dated in the, in certain ways. But I mean, technology moves quickly. So this one is one of my all-time favorites. I'd probably put it in my top 5. Yeah, I think so. So this one is called 49 Days. And I don't think a lot of people have heard of it. Actually, somebody recommended it to me a few years back, and I was like, oh, I love this one. And I still love this one. So it's complicated. I can't give too much away because it would destroy the whole plot line, and we don't want that. But it's basically, I tend to like those fantasy or K-dramas a lot more. I love the fantasy. I love the dramas. I love it. This one is no exception. So this one is a fantasy element and drama, but also comedy. So what happens is there's a young woman, very beautiful young woman, comes from a very wonderful life, a very lucky, extravagant life, has had very few worries in her lifetime because of that. And unfortunately, she gets into an accident and dies. It's not really a spoiler, that's the whole point of the plot. So she dies, and basically the Grim Reaper, there's several of them, but the one assigned to her basically explains to her, you're dead, but you weren't supposed to die that day. So because of that, I'm going to make a deal with you, and if you succeed at this deal, then you can come back. No problem. So at that time, she's put into a coma until she can solve this issue in 49 days. And that basically is, the whole premise is that she has to find 3 people to cry for her, and not just cry, but tears of love. And the Grim Reaper explains to her that basically people cry for different reasons at funerals. It can be because they were written out of the will. It can be because of jealousy issues, or it can be actually out of joy and people are faking it. So basically they show how different tears have different colors to the Grim Reapers, different, basically representing the person's true intention. So it seems easy in theory, but the Grim Reaper is like, it's very rare to actually find 3 people who have genuine tears of love, selfless love for this individual. She thinks it's going to be easy, and there's a cast of characters around her, including her fiance, best friend, and a friend that she grew up with who's also friends with her circle. And craziness ensues as she tries to go about this mission. Now, to be able to accomplish this, during the day, she is allowed to use the body of somebody who's living. So they find a female who basically works the night shift. And when she comes home to sleep, the girl who has passed is able to use her body, slip into it, and then work during the day or do what she needs to survive and get those 3 tears. So she is allowed to interact with people, but as a stranger, and she is never allowed to reveal who she is. So it's kind of crazy because like she goes in the body, and the actress who is the body donor does such a good job with it. She does such a good job between playing her character and the character who's passed. And she really doesn't know this is happening, but of course later on she starts realizing something's off. And she's like, do I need an exorcism? Something's not right. And so it's interesting to see how the plot unravels as people start kind of figuring certain things out. It's really cool. It's really cool. You know, there is some romance in it. It is at times depressing. There is talk of self-harm. So if that's triggering for you, you know, not too much violence or anything like that, but it's just an emotional roller coaster. And I love this one. I love the sincerity of it. I love a few of the characters so much. Yeah, I think you will know when you see them who it is. It's just like the lead female whose body is borrowed is great, and the one who plays Kang is really great too. But it's a frustrating ride at times, but you're like, whoa, what's gonna happen? It's just like, luckily it's already out, so you can just binge it and not have to worry about cliffhangers. But it is so good. It is so good. And there's a lesson to be learned there, I suppose. There is a little bit of a twist that I was like, towards, but I'll just leave it at that because that's up to you to make that decision. I'm not going to ruin anything for you. I'm not going to ruin anything for you, but to tell you, you need to go watch it if you like those fantasies. Even if it's a little bit dated, it's fantastic. I love it. Big thumbs up. Definitely in my top 5. I love it. I probably need to watch it again. It's been a year and a half, so I need to get onto that. So there you go. So yes, big thumbs up for 49 days. And with that, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye.